Good afternoon. My name's John with the Pine Tree. I'm here with Michael McCratic and Murphy's.
Hi, John.
Now, you are board certified in post-traumatic stress management, right? Counseling on this. And we thought this was appropriate for this week as everybody's dealing with, some pretty heavy issues.
Definitely.
What would you suggest? What do you say to people and things like this?
Well, one of the things that I suggest to especially parents is to kind of, be on the watch with your kids and kind of look at kind of where they're at and what's going on and keep talking to them about it. One of the major things with post-traumatic stress disorder is it is kind of an overload of the neurological, physiological system, and the information kind of gets log jammed, stuck inside. And the way we get rid of it,
talk it out, it does help.
yeah, if we get rid of that log jam, it's kind of talking through a lot of the stuff that goes on. So talking about some of the facts that happened as far as like how did they find out, what are the things that they know, types of things.
Right.
And then what are some of the initial feelings that are coming out, that are happening, maybe a sense of feeling just overall kind of hurt, or a sense of feeling really helpless and powerless, those types of things. So getting your kids to talk about it is the most important thing. And then watching for signs for them at any kind of real significant changes in behavior, where they're kind of isolating, or, they're, talking, too much or talking too little, or they're sleeping way too much or not sleeping at all.
Right.
So major types of changes in behavior is kind of what you're looking for.
Okay. Do you see a time cycle? Is there a typical time cycle on things like this as far as, do you see it working through it at all, or it can be case dependent?
Yeah, it's a little bit case dependent, but generally, you find that, you're not going to have, post-traumatic stress disorder with everyone.
Right.
Even, one of the horrific things that we had, the 9/11 stuff, only about a hair, 30% of the firefighters and things ended up with like PTSD. So, which is a really high percentage. Normally it's around, 10 to 15%. Type thing of somebody that experienced an upsetting event.
Yeah.
And so, which are, generally, most kind of symptoms subside over time.
Okay.
Problems sleeping, or you're eating too much, or eating too little, or, those types of things will subside over time.
So we can blame weight gain on this.
Yes, definitely.
Got it.
Everybody's stressed. They're eating a little bit more, type thing. So, but most of the symptoms do kind of subside over time.
Okay.
And stuff, and you give it time. If they don't over a period of time, then we're talking a month or so.
Then they should call somebody.
Then they call somebody.
Okay.
And you want to, keeping the kids talking, keeping the adults talking, people kind of talking through the process is one of the most important things.
Even here locally, this is, I know that some of the actual law enforcement personnel, they were having a tough time, because this is the type of case that they don't normally have to deal with, this particular case. So, it's, this has been a tough one.
Yeah, definitely. And it's gonna, generally, I tell people, generally trauma, affects people in kind of 3 different areas. Okay. Control is one, of kind of a lack of control, that we have a sense of powerless, helpless, trapped, out of control in a situation. The other area is kind of somehow something to do with you. Either who you are, what you did or didn't do contributed, and that could be a sense of feeling kind of responsible. Like if I just said something
We've
or
seen
done
that
something.
In some of our comments on the site were people who spoke, with the husband on Thursday. That's where, they if I could have type of thing. So,
Yeah, those types of things. And then somehow feeling, like I said, responsible, or if I had just, been there more, or done more, or hadn't said this, or did say this, those types of things.
Right.
So, that kind of gets stirred. And that's, again, that's not true.
Yeah.
Because most of the times in these types of situations, there's nothing you could have done.
Okay.
Type thing. And then the last area is kind of that sense of safety. And that's, where all of a sudden, life is no longer safe. You don't trust as much. It's like you've gotten the rug pulled out from under you, that something bad is going to happen again. That sense of, forbidding, something bad.
And that will dissipate over time as well, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
all the kind of, or stuff that we kind of work through. That's part of the talking through stuff.
Yeah.
In process, you talk through all this different stuff, and then it seems to kind of wane over time, generally.
All right.
If it doesn't, then that's the thing.
So I
seek
guess
some help.
if you're seeing if some of the symptoms or problems you say within the first month or so, then they should probably call somebody, right?
Mhm.
Is that okay?
Yeah,
All right.
definitely.
Thank you very
and-
much, for your
Yeah,
time.
and definitely, take care of yourself.
Yeah.
No
Yeah.
major changes and things. Make sure you're getting adequate sleep. Eat right. And
The basics.
exercise, blow
Yeah.
off some stress. Just the basics. Make sure you're really taking care of yourself, and don't make any major changes.
Yeah.
Change school districts, or sell your house, or
Right.
divorce your family.
Based on at least based on this,
Mhm.
you can
Yes.
do that, but just not during this time. No, I'm
Yes.
just kidding.
Yeah.
Thank you so much again for your
You're
time.
welcome, John.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.